Coleman, and I'm a content designer at Michaels. And today I am going to craft with you, and we are going to make the most adorable summer alligator mixed media canvas. So this alligator is ready for summer, and so am I, and I hope you are too. So today we're going to make this craft together. It's a mixed media canvas. So there's lots of different things. We're going to have yarn, we're going to have stickers, we're going to have paint. It's going to be lots of things happening all at once. So let's talk about our supplies. We're going to switch to the other camera and I'm going to show you what you'll need for today's craft. So for today's cute, adorable alligator ready for the summer, this is all in the blue box. So if you were able to pick up a blue kit at the store, then you have everything you need to make all of these projects. And there's a secret bonus project in this box also. So this box has everything you need to make your alligator kit. And it has this cute booklet too that has stickers in the back. So cute. Look, here's our alligator. She's out here in the stickers. And then there are all the different directions for the things that are in this blue box. And here is ours for today, the mixed media canvas with this lovely alligator. So I'm going to put my instructions over here and I'm going to start pulling out all the supplies that we need for this mixed media alligator canvas. So one of our most important supplies today is going to be paint. So we have these paints. And of course, with paint, you're going to need a paintbrush. Let's see what else you're going to need. You're going to need a blank canvas. Here's mine. She's all ready. And you're going to need 3 pieces of paper, orange, yellow, and green. You're going to need some stickers just to add on some extra fun for your alligator. You're going to need some yellow, orange, and 2 different shades of green yarn. And then you're also definitely going to need some glue and your stencils for cutting those shapes out of those papers, some sparkles, because who doesn't want some sequins on their fun mixed media canvas? And I think you need a pencil and a pair of scissors too. So if you have all those things, you are ready to go. And we're ready to have some fun with this mixed media canvas. So the first thing we're going to do together is we're definitely going to paint. So I like to have a paper towel handy. If you have a little cup of water, that would be great. If you don't, we'll make it work with just this paper towel. So don't worry too much about that. And you have all these beautiful colors. So with your mixed media canvas, we're going to add, the sun is going to be 3D. It's going to pop off your canvas and it's going to have some extra texture and extra fun. And of course, your alligator is going to have some extra. She is extra, so she's going to have some space too. So when we're painting our canvas, we're going to leave the alligator white and we're going to leave the circle where the sun's going to go white because we're just going to put glue down there anyway. So you can leave those blank and we're going to paint in the rest. So the first thing I'm going to paint is the sky around here. So I'm going to use my teal. You can use whatever color you want to, but I'm going to use this teal color right here. I'm just going to start putting some paint on this canvas using my paintbrush. I'm going to try and follow the lines that are already there. And you can paint this and make it really thin, or you can paint it and have lots of layers and make it really thick and really dark. But the goal is to just have fun. It says so on the canvas. So there you go. So I'm adding some beautiful blue skies. And I'm glad that I've never seen an alligator on the beach. I don't know if I've actually seen an alligator except at the zoo. So I don't know if I would want to see an alligator at the beach with me, but I mean, if she looked that cute, and then she's probably fun. So that would probably be okay. So I'm just painting this stuff in here. So I'm going to leave this alligator white, so don't paint in there. And that's the alligator's hat. So I'm going to switch colors for the hat. And there's the long mouth and all of those teeth. Ooh, that's a lot of teeth. They look sharp too, so be careful. I'm going to paint around the alligator nose. Boop, boop. I'm gonna paint around the alligator's hat. This alligator's got to keep the sun out of his eyes, out of her eyes. So she needs sunglasses, she needs an umbrella, and she needs a hat. So do I when I go to the beach, that's for sure. So I'm leaving this spot white. Do you remember why I'm leaving it white? I'm leaving it white for the sun. That's where we're going to put our sun. I'm going to paint around the cloud because I'm going to leave the cloud white too, because I like white clouds. If you want to paint your cloud pink or orange or whatever color you want to, you could do that, but my clouds are going to be white today. I got a little bit more blue over here to go. And then all of this is umbrella. So right here is going to be my blue sky. Underneath the hat and in between the umbrella pole. And over here and underneath these blue skies, that's going to be some water because this alligator is at the beach having fun. So the water, I'm definitely going to use blue, but your water doesn't have to be blue. So when I'm about to switch colors, I missed a spot. I'm going to use my paper towel and I'm going to kind of paint my paper towel until my paintbrush doesn't have any more paint on it. And then I'm going to dip it into the next color. So the next color I'm going to use is this dark blue. It's a really pretty blue so that we can make some water. Be careful to leave your letters and you can paint your letters later. So do your best trying to paint around those letters. Take your time. If I'm going way too fast, you can always stop this video and you can catch up. Or you can go back and rewind it and watch a little bit more. But give yourself as much time as you want to paint in your water and your blue sky. And then you're going to be right back on track with where I am. So this is some pretty calm water, a little bit of waves, but not crazy big waves. So safe for swimming today. Thank goodness, because the alligator's ready. Here we go. And over here, you're going to leave the alligator white, but this is some water right here. And this is some water right here. And a little bit more water over here, and you're good to go. When you're switching colors again, you can paint your napkin until it starts going white again. So I'm going to paint my napkin, paint it, paint it, paint it, paint it, until I don't see as much blue anymore, or maybe any blue at all. And then I can switch to my next color. So I'm going to paint my sand orange. I don't know if there's orange sand, but in my picture, there's going to be orange sand. So I'm not going to paint the words. I'm going to leave those for the end. And I am going to paint this orange and do my best to kind of miss some of those letters so I can go back and fill those in with a different color. Have fun. I sure will. Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Awesome. So I hope you've been having fun with all of our camp classes and making lots of different camp activities. It's really fun. Even when I go to real life camp, I just want to make arts and crafts all the time. The arts and crafts at the camp I used to go to was air conditioned too. So whew, summer arts and crafts inside with the air conditioning. Yes, please sign me up. So this is kind of tough. If you get on some of the letters, don't worry because we're going to paint over top of them and we won't show all your mistakes. So when we paint on top of it, we'll try to fix those. So if you go over the lines a little bit, that's okay. We'll fix it. I got this orange sand in between all my letters and this alligator. The alligator doesn't have any feet yet. We're gonna add some feet using the stickers. But right now it kind of looks like a snake or a worm because it doesn't have any legs. It looks kind of silly if you look at it. Just slithering around here on this orange sand. So I'm almost done, but if you need more time, take your time. You can always stop the video and start it again when you're ready. That's the great part about these videos. That is some awesome looking sand. And then I got a little bit more sand hiding in here. There we go. All right, I think I got everything orange I wanted to paint orange. And now I'm just gonna wipe my brush again. And I'm going to change to the pink and the green. And I'm going to use the pink and the green to do the words, and I'm going to do the pink and the green to do the umbrella. But I'm going to leave this white. I'm going to leave this white. Ooh, I almost forgot about the hat. So I am going to make this hat orange, so I didn't need to wipe my color off yet. Sorry about that. So leave the sunglasses. We're going to put a sticker on there for the sunglasses, but you do want to get this beautiful sun hat. Maybe a nice shade of orange for this lovely alligator. And there's a little bit of the hat peeking out over there. Now I'm ready to switch colors. I'm going to fold my napkin so I can have more space to paint on my napkin and make some of my color go away. And then I'm ready to switch to my pink and green. This time I really am ready. So I think I'm going to start with my pink. And I'm going to paint on the umbrella, and I'm going to paint the word have. Now, you don't have to make your things the same color as me. This is just the way that I'm going to do it. So here's pink on the umbrella. It's a really pretty pink. Kind of like a hot pink. And I'm going to leave a space where the green is going to be, and then I'm going to go over here and make this one pink. So you can paint yours, you can put polka dots on your umbrella, you can do stripes, you can do hearts, you can do whatever you want on your umbrella. You do not have to do it the same as me. That is for sure. Use your creative brain, come up with your own beautiful ideas. So then I painted the umbrella, and now I'm going to go through and I'm going to try my best to paint the words have. And if you can't right now, we can let it dry a little bit and we can make the letters again later. If you're having problems with the letters, if you're struggling because it's so small, you might be able to ask a grown-up to help you too. Or if you have a big brother or sister, they might want to help you. It is pretty fun. So I'm writing the word have, and I'm going to write the word fun in green. The picture on the box shows the word have fun in lots of different colors. So if you want to keep switching colors, you are welcome to do that. I am painting off my brush color, and I'm switching to my green now. So when somebody is making mixed media art, mixed media means there's more than one kind of medium. So painting is one kind of medium, and another kind of medium might be fiber arts, which is like yarn. So if you make things out of yarn, they call that fiber arts. If you add some extra 3D elements, that's also making more than one element. So that's mixed media. So when you're putting together a couple of different techniques in the same canvas, you're making a really cool thing called mixed media art. I love it. This is really cute. Hope yours is turning out well also. So I don't need to paint the alligator. I know it's tempting, but we don't need to because we're going to glue something down over top of it. I'm going to go over to the word fun, and I'm going to paint that in this bright, beautiful green. So I remember to have fun. I don't think I will forget, but I'll paint it there anyway. Have fun. I'm going to leave the clouds white, so I don't need to worry about those. I'm going to leave the sun and the alligator body white because I'm going to come back in and I'm going to fix those up. Alrighty. I think we're done with our paint for now. So you can kind of dry off your brush. You might want to put it in some water and then dry it off if you're done for the day so that your brush doesn't get all crusty. So we go there. And now we're ready for the next media for our mixed media canvas. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be doing some tracing. I'm going to put my canvas off to the side because it needs to dry. And I'm going to take my 3 pieces of paper. We got green, we got yellow, we got orange. We're going to use these 3 to make the sun, and we're going to use the green to make the alligator. So with the yellow and the orange, on the yellow, you're going to have the tiny circle, and the orange is going to be the big circle for your sun. So you have 2 circles on your tracing template, and you might need to punch these out if you haven't already. So if your template needs to be punched out, you can punch those out carefully. And you can either trace around the circle or you can trace using the stencil, either way. So the big circle is going to be orange. So I'm going to put the stencil down somewhere on my orange paper, and I'm going to draw the big circle. And the little circle is going to be yellow. So on the yellow piece of paper, I'm going to put a little circle. And then the last thing you're going to need to trace is your alligator. So I punched out my alligator, and my alligator is going to go on the green paper. And I'm going to trace this alligator the best I can with the nose and the eyes and the tail and the weird body part where it should have legs, but it doesn't yet, but it will. And then the mouth, and luckily this part doesn't have any teeth, so it's not gonna bite you. So I was able to draw that on. And now I'm gonna find my scissors and I'm gonna cut these 3 things out. So I'm gonna cut out this alligator. And if I'm going too fast, please feel free to pause this video and you can catch up. You can take as long as you want. There is not a rush. I'm going to cut all these little eyes for this alligator, because this alligator is not only going to have eyes, but they're going to have some cool shades on, because you need cool shades when you're going to the beach. And then here is the nose. And sometimes when there's a lot of details in my cutting, I like to cut the outside first and then go back and do those details. So I'm going to go back in here and cut out the mouth. There we go. Oh yeah, it's looking good so far. Just need to cut this part. Here we go. And I have my alligator. Next, I need to cut out the sun. So I got a big circle on the orange. So do your best to cut out this big circle. And then you're going to have the little circle for the inside of the sun. There's the big circle. And here's the little circle. And you can make it a little bit prettier. Clean it up a little bit. Make it as round as I want. There we go. So we've got these pieces ready to go, but we got to add some more mixed media. So we got to add some yarn now too. So we're going to make the sun with yarn. And the way that we're going to make the sun with some yarn is we're going to cut some little pieces of the yellow and orange. And we're going to make the yellow and the orange, and we're going to turn them into the rays of the sun. So see how these little pieces, so I'm going to lay down these little pieces, and then I'm going to glue the yellow circle on top. So it looks like a really cool 3D sun that has lots of texture, and it pops off of your canvas to make the sun come right at you. So it says in the instructions that this is about almost 2 inches, but not quite 2 inches. A good way of measuring without using a ruler is that this circle we want it to be about the same size as the circle. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces of string that are orange that are just a little bit longer than the circle. So going across the circle, just about that big. So I'm going to cut 4 of those. 3, and 1 more. 4. And then I'm going to cut 3 or 4, actually 4, of the same size in yellow. And I'm going to alternate those rays of sunshine. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So this is going to get kind of bulky, but it's okay because the whole point is it to be 3D and kind of pop off the canvas. So I'm going to put my orange on something because I'm probably going to get some glue and some scraps on my paper. And I'm going to use the glue and I'm going to lay these down. I'm going to lay down the orange ones first. So on my sun, on my circle, I'm going to make a line going straight across, and I can't help myself. Before I worked at Michael's, I used to be a math teacher. So this line that I just drew is called a diameter of a circle. It goes all the way across. Halfway across is the radius, but all the way across is the diameter. So that's the diameter. I'm going to draw that diameter and cut it in half. Then I'm going to draw another line, make a cross, and cut it into fourths. And then I'm going to draw another line, cutting those pieces in half, and another line cutting these pieces in half. So what I just did was I made 8 pieces of the circle. And I'm going to take my orange piece of string and I'm going to try to lay it down. Your fingers might get a little sticky, so be careful. And then I'm going to lay it down on this little line of glue. I'm going to lay down another piece of orange on this line of glue. And definitely the middle is going to start getting bigger and bigger, but that's okay because we're going to finish it off by putting the middle of the sun back on with the yellow circle. And then here is my last orange piece. So we have 4 yellow pieces too to make more rays of sunshine. So we're going to make a ray in between each one of these. So I'm going to put a line in between these 2 orange ones, and I'm going to lay a piece of yellow down. Boop. And it will pop up a little bit, and that's okay. And when the glue dries, it'll hold the yarn in place, so don't worry. And each time I have 2 oranges in a row, I'm going to split them up and put a yellow in between. There we go. Boop. Boop. Now, if you need some help, you can always ask a grown-up if they can help you with this part. Here, my dog. Here comes the yellow. There we go. So we're making lots of rays of sunshine. And then I'm going to make one last one in between these 2 pieces of orange. There we go. Ooh, nice. And then to finish this off, I'm going to put this yellow piece on the center. So I'm going to put glue on the back of my circle. And then I'm going to stick this circle on top of this big pile of yarn. And I'm just going to press it. It wants to stick to my fingers. And we'll probably pull this off of this paper, make sure that we're not gluing it down to the paper. And I'm going to go ahead and put it onto my canvas. So you know where it goes. It goes right where the sun goes. I'm going to put some glue down on the sun circle. And I'm going to leave these rays kind of like weird and jaggedy and stuff. You can cut them down if you want to, but I'm going to leave them right here. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to do the alligator. So for the alligator, I already cut out the alligator body. I'm going to wrap this alligator in the 2 different color greens that we have. And then I'm also going to put on the alligator's bathing suit and add some sunglasses and some other accessories to make them beach ready and ready to party. So I have my alligator, and it says in the directions that you want your pieces of string to be 20 inches. Now, you might not know how big 20 inches is, but if you don't have a ruler, a piece of normal paper is 11 inches across. So I'm going to measure a normal piece of paper 11 inches across. And since I'm trying to get 20 inches, here's 11. And then here's 11 more, which is 22 inches. But I don't need all 22, I only need 20. So I'll take away. See all this math we're doing with subtracting and stuff? That's crazy. So about 20 inches. And there's my piece of string that's about 20 inches. And then I'm going to do the same with my green. Since I already measured this one, I'm just going to match them up. I'm going to line them up together, make sure that they're the same length, and cut them. There we go. And then you're going to wrap these around to make the alligator skin. So I'm going to put my yarn that I start is going to be on the back. And I'm going to wrap my yarn up to the neck. And I'm going to wrap my yarn down the alligator body. Whoop. And I'm going to start going around the alligator's body towards the tail. Do a couple wraps on the tail. And then you can wrap backwards. Or you can cut off your string. And I am going to tuck my string underneath here for safekeeping. If you need somebody to help you do that, you could tie a knot. You could put a little piece of glue. I think I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to put a little piece of glue to keep it there. So a little dot of glue. Here we go. Cool. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my light green. So with my light green, I'm going to start it on the back again. And I'm going to wrap it around. And I'm going to try and go in between the spots that I already have some dark green, so that I can give this alligator some light green and some dark green scales. Looking good. Oh yeah. I think this is a really good looking alligator. Pretty proud of it. And then when you're done with the light green, you can tuck it underneath something too, or you can glue it or tape it down if you're worried about it coming undone. There's my little tail. Alligator tail on an alligator tail, a yarn tail on an alligator tail. Crazy. All right, now that we have that done, we are ready to put this alligator onto the spot on the canvas. So I'm going to put some glue where the alligator goes. Do, 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 do. And I'm going to stick the alligator on, and I'm going to push it down. And look, when sun is in the way, when I push it down, it's going to have those alligator teeth again. Rawr. There we go. And when it dries, it'll stay on there really nice, so don't worry about that. But now we need to accessorize. So this alligator has some super accessories. So I found my sticker sheet, and the first one is these white pair of sunglasses. So I'm going to peel up this sticker, and this is like my favorite. Oh my gosh, these sunglasses are to die for. So adorable. It's just silly. And then, I mean, I guess the alligator wears human clothes, so maybe the alligator wants to wear a bikini. Now, if your alligator wants to wear board shorts or something else, your alligator can do that. You can cut out your own bathing suit, or your alligator doesn't need to wear a bathing suit because it's an alligator. So there's that too. So here's where I'm going to put my alligator's bikini bottoms. And here's where I'm going to put my alligator's bikini top. And then I have one of these green pieces that looks kind of like a smile, is actually the alligator's arm. So the alligator's arm is going to be right by where the bikini top is. That's so cute. I just can't even handle it. This alligator looks fabulous. And then there are two little alligator feet on your sticker set, and these little feet have sandals on them. So you need sandals when you're at the beach. So I'm going to put these two little feet at the bottom, and how cute. It's not a snake anymore. Now it's an alligator, and it is an alligator who looks good and feels good. It's ready to go in the water, ready to bake in the sun and do whatever this alligator wants to do. So one last step, I mean, you can't forget about the sparkle. You need some extra bling. This is not a plain alligator. This is a fancy alligator who needs fancy bling. So you have some sequins in your bag, and I'm going to put some sequins in the sky, and I'm going to put some sequins in the sand. You can use both colors or just one color, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to pour out a couple of my sequins, and I'm just going to use my glue, and I'm going to go dab, make some little glue dots, couple of places. Bing, bing, bling. That's what I should be saying, bling, huh? Bling, 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 bling. Feel like that's a good amount of bling. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put these tiny little sequins, put some blue sequins in the air, like I just don't care. I'm going to put some gold sequins, space them out. I love this. I think this is so cute. I can't wait to see all of yours. Maybe you can have someone take a picture, and maybe a grown-up can put it online and show us with our hashtag Learn with Michaels or hashtag Michaels Classes. Oh yeah. So this is getting all the shine, all the shimmy that this alligator deserves. Yep. Yes, alligator. Yes. You are giving me beach vibes, and I love it. Here we go. There we go. One last one. Ah, yes. This alligator is ready to have fun. I love this. I think it's so stinking cute. I can't even hand myself. So I can't wait to see what you have created. And thank you so much for coming to camp today. I hope that you come back and do all the different crafts that we have to offer for summer camp. So thanks for coming. I'll see you later.